just want to teach you the ABC of values.
Now, again, that is condescending. I want to teach you the ABC of values. Do you know what that really means? That Mwenda, as a result of being detached from reality, looks at himself as someone in a superior position whose intellect should be shared with those people he considers inferior.
Okay. So let's just be real and say, guys, we are here. We have intelligent people like you who can forge a future for Uganda.
Absolutely.
But because of one reason and another, because you guys are so overfed and you're so comfortable and you're completely isolated from reality.
Exactly, 100%.
We are here trying to beat about the bush. You are trying
good English.
Speaking good. You are trying to entrench a life presidency, which is wrong. And Mwenda is going to be on the first plane leaving Uganda when trouble starts here.
100%.
I would tell him, Mr. President, I think you need to retire. You get it?
We've not seen you say that.
So just don't fix me there. You, his opponents, scare me, Andrew Mwenda. I can tell you Museveni represents a more enlightened position about the future of Uganda 100 times than his greatest opponent called Besigye.
Is very, very sick because listen to what he even says.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
Very glad to be here on Mordecai Marissa TV.
Ogamba otya okansubira nti oli bulungi nze Mordecai Marissa nkwebaza yonna yonna gy'osinzira okubeera ng'ogoberera endowooza zange zengabana naawe ku mikutu gyange gimunayiza wala social media platforms nja kusaba okubeera ng'ogenda maaso n'okubeera ng'osubscribinga ng'engeri emu ey'okulaga obuwagizi olw'enteekateeka ez'ebintu ebikolebwa ku mukutu waneeno ntereza microphone yange waneeno saagala kubeera nga neewese bwenti. Alright, tugenda kulaba Andrew Mwenda lwe yasinkana Bobi Wine mu debate eyali ku NBS Frontline show yawayisewo emyaka. Lwaki n'adde empitayita nenjiraba nenjagala okulaga Andrew Mwenda the dishonest eya Andrew Mwenda, the manipulative tactic, the word salad, the gibberish, the projection and utter manipulation live on air. Naye n'engeri gy'osobola okukwatamu abantu nga bwe batyo. Look, abantu nga ba Andrew Mwenda bantu bagezi. Like I usually say, be bantu abateekawo omusingi abantu nga ffe okutandika okukola bye twakola oba bye tukola era baatusikiriza. But ndowooza yali Norbert Mao ani yayogera ebigambo ebyo waliwo ali ku NRM before they crossed over to the NRM bagamba nti once you are paid to be stupid, your intelligence ceases to matter. Nti oyinza okuba ng'oli mugezi nnyo nga ddala oli mugezi naye n'osasulwa osiruwale. Bw'osasulwa nga ku busiru kw'olya amagezi go gakoma okuba n'omugaso. Sigamba nti oba ofuuse musiru nedda oba ogalina naye oba ogatadde ebbali gateekinga backseat obubuyabuya budde ku mwanjo. So Andrew Mwenda is a brilliant man who has allowed himself to be used as a lackey, as a minion, as a lapdog for Museveni and by extension his son, Muhoozi Kainerugaba. I can guarantee you, he doesn't believe in the ideologies if there's any, Muhoozi, he doesn't. But because he wants to get close to power, he's willing to completely divorce himself from principles and ideals ez'amaanyi. Let's jump right in tulabe bwe basinkana. I just landed on it. It's not a clear video, but we can watch it. Let's watch here Bobi Wine giving a sort of preamble.
Don't normally want to target the audience of the likes of Pono Front or Andrew Mwenda, with all due respect, because these guys are complacent. They are completely disconnected from reality. You don't blame them. They know nothing about what's happening. They just drive the expensive cars.
Yeah. Chagezaako kugamba nti, like I said, when you're paid to be a fool, kati bwe bakuwa ensimbi and you drive expensive cars and you live in fancy places, ebintu abantu bye bayitamu obitwala nga byakusaaga. look, ndi mu America waneno. I live quite a simple life. Naye ate nga nyangu nti bwenva nyimi wano wenjogera nawe ndi kwa njogera mu apartment yange. Studio yange eri waka. Bwe mmaliza ngenda giteeka ku channel yange. Obulamu bwe butyo busobola okundeetera nze okutandika okulowooza nti abantu abali e Uganda bonna obulamu bwe bayitamu n'engeri gye bulimu bulinganga obwange. Ne neerabira nti e Uganda mulimu omuntu, waliyo omuntu ng'anoonya nnusu bitaano. Singa ntuuka mu mbeera nga ebizibu by'abantu bye bayitamu nga mbitwala ng'ebitali bya nnyo nga ndowooza tebabiyita namu, it is detachment from reality. Mba nyina ensi gye mpangaliramu nga si ey'abantu aba bulijjo. Nti abantu mubawulira. N'atandika okunyumya nga anyumiza mu bantu katugambe bekotido oba be Karamoja. Nagamba, when I woke up this morning, I went and used my microwave and had to make my coffee. You know, I have a coffee machine. Like, bw'oyogera ebyo ebigambo ng'obyogerera mu bantu abatalina ngatto za kwambala, abatalina ngoye, abatalina na nsonyi ng'engoye ze bambadde zirimu ebituli amabeere gali bweru, naye gwe nga tofuddeeyo emotional intelligence eyo nga togirina, obeera detached from reality, obeera mu kweraga naye nga tokimanyi ne bweweragiramu toteekeddwa kubeera ng'okikola.
Paske people, okay? We are talking about people that have been yearning for change for so long.
Now look at his face. That is smug, very condescending. Like Bobi Wine is trying to raise an argument on behalf of people like me, Obaba na Uganda, bali obubina okusinga nze. Look at the smug, the condescending attitude of Andrew Mwenda.
Looking for people who have been wanting to have power in their voice and in their vote. Okay? We are talking about people who have been affected by war, not benefited from war.
Exactly. There's a very huge difference. Wakati w'okufuna mu lutalo n'okukosebwa olutalo. Bobi Wine bayogera ebyo bakoseddwa olutalo. Mwenda asasulwa okubeera nga defending abo abafuna mu lutalo.
We are talking about the future of Uganda. So before we even get into nitty-gritties, before we even try to use too much English to scare away the people, we are talking to masses. Let us...
And I'm so glad that Bobi Wine, you know, brings out that point. Tulina Uganda simanyi kino kyava ku kinaye abantu balina enkola ey'okulowooza nti Olungereza kitegeeza obugezi. Olungereza is a mean, it is a channel through which nze n'omuntu atamanyi Luganda ng'amanyi Lungereza mwe tuyita okwogereziganya tekiraga bugezi bwa muntu. Ne bw'oyogera ebigambo byonna ebinene n'obijjayo mu dictionary n'obikubawo tekiraga bugezi bwo. Kyekimu nga nze bwe nayogera Oluganda ne nkozesa ebisoko n'engero tebiraga bugezi bwange. Nze njogera Oluganda, njogera Olungereza, manyi ndi Munyankole. Ezo nnimi tekiraga bugezi bwange. Abantu nga ba Andrew Mwenda n'abalala e Uganda bamanyi boogera ebigambo ebinene. That has something to do with our intelligence. No, it doesn't. A language is just a mean of communication.
Be clear and say that this is a move to entrench a life presidency.
A move to entrench life presidency. And that's what Bobi Wine was standing against. And like I told you, look at the smug of Andrew Mwenda, the condescending attitude while Bobi Wine is making his argument. Because Museveni wants to die in power. There's no leader ayagala eggwanga lye ng'olina emyaka egyo. Museveni takyesobola. But he still wants to run for 2026 election. This was some sort of a smug, a very disrespectful attitude from Andrew Mwenda to Bobi Wine. But Bobi Wine wasn't any clairvoyant. Sigamambo, Bobi Wine psychic. Yali amanyi ekigenda okuddako. No, he's telling you this was even before 2021. Nenga akugamba tuli mu life presidency, and the response from Andrew Mwenda, he kuseka. 2021 Museveni ran, is getting ready to run for 2026. This is life presidency.
Let us start from there and agree whether or not this discussion is even moral. Just a few days ago, Mugabe had intelligent guys like you.
Beautiful. Chef's kiss. I think I'm going to read you something from here, what Bobi Wine is trying to say. Listen.
vigorously defending his senile presidency, even when they know, even when they see him.
Yeah. Mugabe yalina abantu abadefendinga senile presidency obukadde bwe nga takyasana kwesitobola bulungi naye ng'alina abantu abagezi abadefendinga regime ya Mugabe. Be bantu nga ba Andrew Mwenda bw'osoma ekitabo kye bayita Manufacturing Consent. Museveni ng'anaakozesa ng'obanga abantu nga Museveni nga baneekuumira mu buyinza tebanoonyaayo bantu balalu batategeera no bafuna ensimbi enzito ne baziwa omuntu gwe musinga okuwa ekitiibwa gwe musinga okutwala nti mugezi ate ng'era mugezi ne bamugamba obugezi bwo buteeke ebbali zino sente ze tukuwadde defending even what is indefensible. Like I told you, Andrew Mwenda takkiriza wadde n'olunaku n'olwa mu ideologies if there's any eya Muhoozi Kainerugaba. No, because you can read from his body language, you can understand from the arguments he's made, you can even go back mu bitabo we yali awakanyiza Mwami Museveni n'ensonga ze yayimirirako. Tasobola kuba nti yawakanyanga Mwami Museveni ng'akaseera kano mbu ali mu bagiyita kimu piraawe eyo sima PLU mbu kati saawa zino mu kuwakanya Mwami Museveni yalaba n'agamba the brilliance of Mwami Museveni kati njiraba mu Muhoozi Kainerugaba. There's nothing but because there's money involved.
They were there. Okay, now what do they understand?
You know, and you look at, this is what really beats my understanding. And then you see Nobody Mao laughing in agreement. Ngakkiriziganya ne Bobi Wine kyayogedde. But time is now the same guy defending the regime of Mr. Museveni. Senile.
What do the Andrews Mwendas of Zimbabwe say? Nothing.
Bobi Wine yakuba Andrew Mwenda bwati. Keep going, brother.
Okay? So let us be real and say, guys, we are here. We have intelligent people like you who can forge a future for Uganda.
Absolutely.
But because of one reason and another, because you guys are so overfed and you're so comfortable and you're completely isolated from reality.
Exactly, 100%.
We are here trying to beat about the bush. You are trying
English.
Speaking good. You are trying to entrench a right presidency, which is wrong. Andrew Mwenda is going to be on the first plane leaving Uganda when trouble starts here.
100%. 100%.
Some of us have nowhere to go. Here is all we have.
Yeah, I'm super glad, because you've seen when trouble happens in Uganda, you've seen this guy away from the money he's made, because when he's given money, sente zazivestinga mawanga okwetoloola ensi ag'enjawulo. So singa ekizibu kituukawo yasooka okudduka. Ne mumulaba buli kaseera awaniriza Paul Kagame ow'e Rwanda. Uganda singa ekizibu kituukawo ne bwe kitaba kya byabufuzi ye alinawo okuddukira. Woloba the vast majority of Ugandans tebalina wakuddukira. Tebalina. The only place they know as home are the boundaries of a country called Uganda. So when they say we want to fix ABC, all they're trying to say is we want to fix our home. But Andrew Mwenda cannot understand that, because he would understand it, but because he's been given money. Now, he doesn't realize that there's a country to fight for. All he has in mind is how much money or how much wealth do I build. That's why you usually see many folks who come here, and I've had arguments against these people bagamba Mordecai singanze ndi mu America nze ngenda mu America ebyofuzi nga bivaako mba nzimba apartments zange. Right, genda maaso zimba apartments, genda maaso gula amataka ogamaleyo. But life goes beyond what you can see with your eyes. There's beauty in freedom. There's beauty in having a child who is not going to be worried. Look, I'm writing my second book, but I start in the preamble. I usually tell you, when I was running out of Uganda, I wasn't looking at what America was going to offer me. Nalistinonya, America funye yochi, monetary means or financially. No. When I was running to America, I was running to a place where I would only be safe to voice out my political opinions without being worried or without worry that someone is going to come in the night and shoot me. abasinga nali ntununya nnyo ku kye nali nziruka okusinga kye nali nfuna. I don't know whether you can tell. When I was running from Uganda, I was more focused on what am I running from instead of what I am running for. That is what really led me to make a transition. It is not about what I was going to get in America. No, it was about what I was running away from Uganda.
So we don't want that chaos. Mr. Jagulanyi, please, you don't try to box me into a corner. I am not a supporter of Museveni, but I'm willing to meet and dine with Museveni.
Now, this is called gaslighting. He's a supporter of Museveni. And you've seen, like I said, time always is always right. Now, is the number one defender of Museveni regime and Muhoozi Kainerugaba by extension, just like I said.
Talk to him because he's the president of this country.
We are talking about
hold a second. Yes, let's come to it.
We're talking about the constitution.
Yes, you want to, first of all, you want to box me into this figure to Andrew Mwenda is support of Museveni. I'm not a support of Museveni.
No. Again, let me highlight here what Bobi Wine is trying to say and why am I doing this? Because I'm not on a show, so I can voice out my opinions without being interrupted or looking at time or would they can submitting it. I do, but not in that format. But you know what I mean. Look, Bobi Wine wasn't trying to box you into that corner where you're going to be perceived as someone who's supporting Museveni. No. Bobi Wine was saying that you seem to be opposed to the ideals and interests of the vast majority of Ugandans. And you are seemingly on the side of that one guy who doesn't want to see these ideals and interests manifested. By extension, you look like a supporter of Museveni. Now, enjogera y'Olungereza egamba nti a hit dog will holler. Embwa ekubiddwa yejja okuwoowoola. Gye batakubye tegenda kuwoowoola. Okay? Kati, why are you even bringing up this argument, denying your support for Museveni, yet Bobi Wine is not accusing you for, supporting Bobi Museveni? You're bringing it up because chikutuddemu olaba ensonga agyogeddeko.
I don't support Museveni. If Museveni called me for tea and said, Andrew, what is your...
Museveni doesn't call people for tea, for just, kankuite nkwebuuzeeko. He invites everyone he invites, especially if you're trying to present yourself as someone who is trying to bring out ideas that would transform this country. He invites you to be compromised, to buy you off.
The advice you want to give me, please first listen to me.
He doesn't listen to any advice. Museveni's name is Tibuhaburwa.
I will tell him, Mr. President, I think you need to retire. You get it?
We've not seen you say that.
So just don't fix me there. You, his opponents, scare me, Andrew Mwenda. I can tell you Museveni represents a more enlightened position about the future of Uganda 100 times than his greatest opponent called Besigye.
Is very, very sick because listen to what he even says.
I have started this
that the opposition scare Bobi Mwenda
by stating that if Muntu was a leader in the opposition, I, Andrew Mwenda, would drive around this country campaigning for him.
That's a lie because Muntu is actually a politician in Uganda. He heads a political party. Why are you not supporting him? This is a lie. They usually come up with all these bogus arguments in favor of positions they will never take. Oh, if Andrew Mwenda, if Mugisha Muntu, you can. Don't you believe in building from grassroots? You can build with him. He's a wonderful man. I love and respect Mugisha Muntu. So, using him as a scapegoat, I'm not supporting him because why don't you go and build with him? If the likes of Besigye and Bobi Wine scare you, then isn't it just smart to join Mugisha Muntu to traverse the country and teach people the best way of playing politics?
Because I see that Muntu represents values. He opposes Museveni not because he's greedy for power like Besigye. So I just want to teach you the ABC of values.
Now, again, that is condescending. I want to teach you the ABC of values. Do you know what that really means? That Mwenda, as a result of being detached from reality, looks at himself as someone in a superior position whose intellect should be shared with those people he considers inferior. I gonna teach you.
I may be angry and frustrated with Museveni.
Did you say values?
Yes.
Exactly. Values, Museveni and values. That's why Bobi Wine is like, are you kidding me? There's even an exclamation mark. Did you say values? Omuntu awamba, natta, natulugunya abantu, n'ababbako ebyabwe. Yoyo gwoyogerako ne values?
Exactly. I may be angry and frustrated with Museveni. Right. But that does not necessarily make those who oppose him a better alternative. So I stand and say, Museveni, you are there. Kivumbi is here. Kyagulanyi is there. Praising colonialism. Does Kyagulanyi represent a better future? If on these balances,
He shouts a lot, just shouting balderdash.
you think Museveni is bad, Kyagulanyi is worse, and Kivumbi is worst, then I will say I'm not part. But at least I can sympathize with a bad option compared to a worst option. If you think you oppose Museveni and disagree with him, you demonstrate to me, Andrew Mwenda, that you represent better values than him. That if Andrew Mwenda disagrees with you, you will not try to accuse him of having been bribed, of lacking a conscience. If the opposition want people like us to be involved in this,
You are bribed and you lack conscience. You do not necessarily lack conscience per se, but you sold out your conscience.
politics, they need really to change their attitude. If you hold sticks in the parliament,
It's not about the attitude. If you hold sticks in parliament, against what?
and begin physical assaulting people, and you consider yourself an honorable member of parliament,
This is very stupid, really. It is really stupid and frustrating. Folks are holding sticks against a man who was deployed, illegally deployed the military and SFC in parliament. What are we even doing here? This is stupid. It's frustrating to watch. Bichi? What? Andrew Mwenda is crazy.
you expect Andrew Mwenda to support you? No. Two, if you start and begin making empty-headed platitudes that you make, support
Empty-headed platitudes. But remember, he said he accused the opposition of accusing him of lacking conscience. But at the same time, now he's accusing them of making empty-headed platitudes.
the colonialism.
Make it make sense. A kettle calling a pot black.
Colonialism was the best thing that happened to Uganda. This country under Museveni has performed a million times better than anything colonialism did for us. So our independence was very important. For very many Ugandans, I can state without fear of contradiction, the vast majority of Ugandans think that Museveni should retire. Even those who love and support him. Here is the thing. We should ask ourselves, in 2011, only 68% of Ugandans showed up to, rather 58% of Ugandans showed up to vote. 42 stayed away.
No. That's, hey, this is a very long thing. It's actually, we've only watched for 5 minutes. Can you imagine that? We've only watched for 5 grilling, funny, boring, stupid minutes from Andrew Mwenda. Let me know what you think. Enembozo yaga tujongereyo wandika mu comment section. Nja kujja waneeno tuongere okujimenyamenya bw'oba oyagala tuongere okumenyamenya ebigambo bya Andrew Mwenda. Tukozeeko eddakiika ntono nnyo, video eri mu dakiika 20. Bw'oba oyagala ewanvu wennyongere okumenyamenya Andrew Mwenda nkulage empty word salad gy'atuwa abantu akoze Uganda balina ebintu, because we have a problem in Uganda, and the problem is called listening. We do not appreciate the power that's found in listening. When you listen to people, break down what they say word by word, you'll be disappointed. And I think I'll find you that video. Nomuna mukkiriza eno video njongereyo, njagala comments eziwera 50. 50 namugamba, bring out part 2. I'll play you a video where Obama ngayogera nti abantu abo bemuwa ekitiibwa ne mubasukulumya. Omala batuulamu n'obeeramukko nabo n'obawuliza bye boogera noga kiringa bwe nkirowooza, si wa kitalo nga bwe mbadde ndowooza. So let me know what you think. Should we keep more of this? Can we? Would you like me to produce more and explain more about Andrew Mwenda oba kino kimala? My name is Mordecai Morisa, and I do really appreciate from wherever you're watching me from. Please make sure that you do subscribe to this feed. That's one way of supporting. It really works long ways. I really sort of feel disappointed that we have over 30% of people who watch this content, yet they're not subscribed. But I do really appreciate the vast majority of people who watch my YouTube channel are subscribed to the feed. So thank you so much. If I do not receive those comments, then I know that people are not interested in this conversation. Okwongera okumenyamenya obulimba bwa Andrew Mwenda. My name is Mordecai Morisa. Kanziruka tentetenkanye ku mirimu emirala. Ngenda kukuba hustle. I wish you a wonderful time. To God be the glory.
Did you enjoy what you just watched? I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Morisa YouTube channel? Thank you.